Hello, everybody. You are listening to the Box Office Brawler. My name is Jackson. Today, I'm going to be talking to you about The Prestige. This is an older film, filmed back in 2006 by the infamous Christopher Nolan. I know we have a lot of Christopher Nolan fans in this that watch this channel. It's got an interesting cast. It's a very interesting cast of characters. Great cast of actors: Hugh Jackman, Christian Bale, Michael Caine. He's Alfred from the Christopher Nolan Dark Knight movies, as well as Scarlett Johansen. And my main attractive, I guess what I found attractive off the bat about this movie was Hugh Jackman was in it. And I'm a big Hugh Jackman guy, so I really enjoyed seeing him in this movie, and I was rooting for him the whole time. I'm not gonna lie. But it's an interesting movie. It takes place in the 1890s, and when I describe this to you, it may not sound very interesting. It may sound kitschy. It may sound kind of kiddie. I wouldn't say it was that way at all. You know, if somebody would have told me about this movie in the fashion that I may tell you, I may not be interested because it just doesn't sound like something I'd watch. But it's very much so a Christopher Nolan movie, and it's given a lot of attention and detail that it deserves. So, this is actually a movie about magic and stage magicians back in the 1890s. And I think, as we all could probably understand, is that of course there wasn't movies, there wasn't a lot of like really spectacle entertainment. You know, you had your magicians, you had your plays, you had your musicals, you had your orchestra, you had your opera. I mean, I don't think it goes much farther than that. You have the circus. It definitely stood alone against all those other entertainment venues back at that time. And the two stage magicians in this film are Hugh Jackman and Christian Bale. At the very beginning, they work alongside Michael Caine. He is the stage magic engineer. So it's interesting because I doubt anybody really considers who makes a lot of these tricks happen, because at least according to the film, all these tricks require very elaborate set pieces in order for them to, to succeed in providing the illusion to the audience. And Michael Caine, he creates these really interesting inventions, and it's not just like set pieces. It's also different machinery that Hugh Jackman or Christian Bale have to wear. And he's sort of both of them are sort of his apprentices almost in the very beginning. But everything goes terribly wrong, and the relationship completely sours due to a huge mistake made in one of the magic acts. Hugh Jackman, his wife would be part of the act, and him and Christian Bale, they were sort of the showmans, obviously, of this trick. And the trick was, as a lot of us have probably seen, we've probably all seen this trick before. I know I have. Is, you know, you have the big water tank, and it's filled with like 500 gallons of water, and her wrists and her ankles are tied, and they put her in the water, and then they put a curtain around it, and she like escapes, you know, within a minute. And they always use the same kind of knot, and I guess it was easier to release, obviously, to get out of that so she could escape. Christian Bale, for some reason, throughout the movie, he's always tried to defy the odds of what is possible and what isn't. And he believes that risk and like true like human life risk, like risk of losing a life or a limb or something important, is one of the most important aspects of the illusion of magic. And he keeps advocating for this one really challenging knot. And I don't know why he cared so much, because he wasn't even part of this illusion. But Michael Caine and Hugh Jackman really did not want him to do that, and they shut him down time and time again. Well, for some reason, he decided to do it one time, and he ties that knot around her wrists, and Hugh Jackman ties the knot, like the safe knot, around her ankles, and she goes in. 1 minute later, they reveal, and she's drowning, and Michael Caine is desperately trying to destroy the tank to get her out, but it's too late. It was all Christian Bale's fault. And after that, of course, the band splits up, and Hugh Jackman's really upset. And Christian Bale actually doesn't know why he did that. He's puzzled. He thinks that it was like another personality within him that just kind of spoke for him. And for the rest of the movie, we're taken on this very wild ride of sabotage and revenge between the two. And Hugh Jackman, he does some pretty rough things to try to get back on Christian Bale for ruining, you know, his life, killing his wife. And we see a lot of sabotage because they both go their separate ways and they both have their magical acts. Michael Caine, he sides with Hugh Jackman, and Christian Bale, he finds another guy, sort of another master magician to work alongside. And they're both just sabotaging each other's sets, and there's a much deeper drama within there too, because a lot of these sabotages are really personal, and they're very very biting, as I tend to say. They're very biting, and it just shows you how revenge gets people nowhere, and that's sort of the lesson of this tale. But it's all done in a very interesting, meaningful way, very captivating, very interesting, very intriguing, and it's a lot of fun watching a lot of these different magic acts they perform too, because you can see how dangerous a lot of these different illusions are to create. And Hugh Jackman gets involved with Tesla and some of his, I think it's fictional in this, but I mean, they have some pretty interesting technological feats that they conjure in this movie. But I would recommend you see this movie. It was a lot of fun, very dramatic. I think it's definitely a hidden classic of Christopher Nolan. I wasn't really aware of it until recently, and if you're a Christopher Nolan fan, if you like the Dark Knight movies, if you liked Oppenheimer, or pretty much any of his work, this is very familiar to his tone and to his pacing. So make sure to check out The Prestige. I'd give it about an 85%. Very interesting, very creative, and the cast just really blew us away with their performances. So if you enjoyed this video, if you were intrigued by my review and want to watch it, let me know in the comments below. I appreciate you watching. Make sure to subscribe, like the video, hit the notifications bell so you don't miss the next episode. I hope you have a good one.